Forge, how long does it take to set up a display like Sydney New Year's Eve?
As far as programming is concerned, we probably spend about 200 hours just in the programming part of it. That'll be just me. And then it's about 600 to 700 man hours preparation at the factory. And then we spend a week to 10 days on site, 40 people setting it up. This is the testing lab. In here we test formulation only for sample sizes, for new formulations or existing formulations with new chemicals. At the moment we're testing for an orange smoke composition.
James, can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing here?
Okay, well we're preparing a few different formulas. This is actually for a smoke composition. So we've got a few different requirements, a few different criteria we've got to try and meet. We use them on displays, also for signalling.
How long have you been working in pyrotechnics?
About 4.5 years now. Started pretty much as soon as I finished school. I think I had about a week of holidays or so, and that was it.
No, he was actually bugging me since the age of 14. I told him he had to wait till he finished school first.
So yeah, persistence.
What was it that made you as a 14-year-old curious to get into pyrotechnics?
I suppose I was always one of those kids that loved fire and burning things, so I just tried to do something constructive with it, I suppose. I really enjoy learning about it. Something intriguing. I suppose it's because it is something that no one really knows so much about. It keeps you interested, and it's challenging.
This is one of the chemical mixing rooms. We work with probably 30 to 40 different chemicals, oxidizers, fuels, colour donors, that we mix together to form the base compositions that go within every firework. One of the chemicals that we use, it's used as a fuel, is red gum. It comes from South Australia. It's from the resin from the red gum tree, and that's used in most pyrotechnic compositions to help it burn better. Then we've got another one, which is an interesting one. It's called dextrin. This is used as a binder. So if you want the powders to stick together, once you've wet it down with water, that's what we use. It becomes very sticky and helps it all stick together.
Where did you pick up the skills to learn how to work with all these different kinds of chemicals?
Well, in the fireworks industry, everything's there's no real courses for the manufacture of fireworks, so it's sort of passed down from father to son and so forth. All my skills and knowledge was passed down to me from my grandfather as well as my father, so I was lucky in that regards. I'm now 7th generation in fireworks, so that we date back to 1793 in Italy, and my grandfather came out to Australia in the early 50s. Fireworks is broken up into two parts: the manufacturing, and then there's the displaying of fireworks. There are courses for displaying of fireworks, but not so much for the manufacturing of it. In fact, probably as a percentage, there's more people doing displays than what there are manufacturing of fireworks. So we have probably 12 staff full-time for manufacturing, and probably up to 45, 50 staff on casual for display purposes. What they're doing now is we've taken the raw chemicals and made the compositions, and now they've filled the smaller components with the composition. So what you've got your fuse, that's your delay fuse, so it burns from the outside of the firework. These particular ones here, they just produce a bright flash. These ones are white in colour, so it's like a white flash. We call it a lightning effect.
Where do your staff pick up their training to work with the explosives?
Well, we have, obviously once someone comes in, firstly for employment, there's a full site induction into the premises on what we do, what we don't do, how we do it, how we go about doing it. And from there it's basically on the job training under direct supervision.
It's about 17
okay.
to 23.
Okay, and got a bit of setting bike open there as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Changed it.
So has the family passed much of the knowledge on, have you found, or is that how you learn?
Yeah, so long as you're willing to learn and make the effort to try things yourself, I find them quite helpful. I mean, Forge doesn't really hold back. He tries to help me as much as he can. It's
a long process. We don't sort of just throw someone into the mix and then expect them to do it straight away. It probably takes 3-4 months of under supervision, so we're comfortable enough and they're comfortable enough to be able to work on their own. So in here we're getting close towards the final product. So they've taken the shell itself, the firework, and they're preparing the lift charge, which actually launches the firework up into the air. This is the start of the display side of things. We get the music and then we input the fireworks where we want them to go off and how we want them to go off, whether it's different angles, different colours, different sizes.
Where do you think you'd like to take your career in pyrotechnics?
I really enjoy it, so I want to stay with it. I see myself in development, new products, more managerial roles, and more responsibility.
What keeps you going in the job, Forge?
I think, well, one, you've got to have a passion for it. Secondly, the thing is that we're able to entertain large masses of crowds, and everyone's got the best seat in the house. So the fact that we're able to entertain lots of people all at once is a bit of a buzz.